Somehow I was not connected to the right sound device.
Wow,
So
John.
let's just start that over. No, don't. Let's not restart the recording. I'm just going to start the theme again.
Okay. Welcome to Game That Tune. And with that, we lost all of our YouTube viewers. Oh, yeah. What's going on, everybody? It is Game That Tune back in the house once again. It is ya boy, John Harrington here, and we got something a little bit special going on tonight. This should be our episode 156 recording, but we are not doing that because for some reason David Fleming really loves those redo episodes, and he is not available tonight, so we've got a special edition of Game That Tune. It's our first ever Game That Tune Gems Showdown. If you don't know what Game That Tune Gems is, it is our Patreon exclusive show where we take a look at video game music from 30, 20, and 10 years ago. We just listen to some tunes. We talk a little bit about them, but it's our tune heavy show that lets us examine tunes from across the decades. And so we wanted to make it a fun head-to-head show for our game night, and so we've got a head-to-head showdown. First up, it's John Regan. Johnny, say hey.
Hey.
And then it's head-to-head action with Johnny versus Jessie Moore. Say hey.
Hey.
Hell yeah, fellas. So I shall be your Gems master tonight. I've chosen 10 games from across the decades. And we want to keep things moving at a nice fast pace tonight. So we're going to, we're up in the difficulty. We're not going to hard, but we're going to medium hard. So we've only got 2 songs from each game. We're going to hear one song. We're going to do a trivia question, and then we're going to play a second song. And here's the twist. Whoever writes down and answers first during the second song can take the point. Ooh. So it's a fast-paced game. We want to, the chat is totally open for hints and help. And we're just going to see how this goes. So Johnny, let's start off with our first game, which is from 1989.
Game 1.
Beautiful. Okay, so yeah, here's the thing. This May of 1989, there's literally only one game listed that I could find a release date for. So this game was originally released in arcades in 1987, but was ported to several systems, and the NES version is one of the only ports that is playable with a light gun. Yes, you got it.
I thought you said the quickest during
Yeah, you got the point.
Oh.
So I let the song play out if you already got the point?
Yeah, play it for now.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to deny anybody any of this excellent 1989 music because it's the only 1989 music that we've got on tonight's show. But yeah, Jesse, tell them what this game is.
Operation Wolf.
Yes. Tell them about this game, which I'm sure you played extensively.
Is this the one with the Uzi?
Yeah, you got me, man. I know that this is an NES light shooter game that if you weren't playing it on the NES, you're probably playing it in like DOS and playing it with a keyboard, which sounds much less fun.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, there was an arcade version, right?
Well, yeah, but
So
for
I
those
think
of us that Didn't have the arcade machine in our house.
Did you get
Did
to
the
play?
arcade version have the Uzi? Okay,
Maybe.
that's
Yeah.
what I don't know. I keep thinking of an Uzi.
Did you get to play the arcade version with the keyboard?
Ooh, like Typing of the Dead?
Yeah.
Fuck you,
I'm
John.
sure this is like an emulator you could do that with.
Oh, I'm sure there is, and I'm sure it's terrible. But yeah, no, there's really not a whole lot to say about Operation Wolf. I'm really it's funny, this is our first hey, here, public facing gem show, and it's like we have one song from 1989. See you later. Like I almost played the entire soundtrack because the entire soundtrack also to Operation Wolf lasts less than 2 minutes. But yeah, so it's Operation Wolf. And I know that people that are tuned in for the retro game music, they're a little bit disappointed, but I promise you we're going to make up for it later on in the show. So, sadly, that's the end of 1989, and we have to jump forward into 1999. So, Johnny, let's head over to the next game and see how you guys are feeling on this one.
Game 2.
All right, so I know you're feeling groovy after that. Trivia for this game. A new peripheral called the JogCon was released alongside the game and packaged with it in certain special editions. Gotta be more specific than that.
He's the one for me. There's no place I'd rather be. Yeah, yeah. To the finish line. Everywhere you look, he's right on time. With a silent stare, blazing through the open air. He's without hair. All alone is the only way that he wants to play. Hear me say his name. Stand back, it's a tracer, a rich racing. He gives me what I need. Why not when it's a tracer, a rich racing? I feel the need for speed. Stand back, it's a tracer.
All right, so yeah, I'm giving you guys both a point on that one. Johnny said Ridge Racer and then tried to correct it to Ridge Racer 4 as Jesse showed his answer. So that's close enough for me. Yes, this is apparently technically called R4 Ridge Racer Type 4. Seems like they just couldn't decide on a cool new name for Ridge Racer for this one. But Jesse, did you play Ridge Racer at all?
No, this is one of those I missed. I
Yeah,
wasn't really
same.
big on racing games until I got a little older.
Yeah, I've always kind of liked him, but I've had Ridge Racer on the brain ever since a couple of weeks ago on the main show when we had Ash Paulson on and he played Ridge Racer 6, and I found out, like, seriously, I just thought Ridge Racer was like a joke of a series, like basically because of that, like the meme with Kaz from the 1E3 talking about Ridge Racer, and I'm like, wait, no, they're made by Namco and they've got awesome Namco music, like. I mean, if nothing else, I should have listened to it for that. I wish I had known. I never even bothered looking into it. But yeah, Johnny, tell us everything you know about Ridge Racer R4.
Well, I think you race along ridges, if I remember this right. And they did in the song. They
It's
said,
a potato chip branded game.
yeah.
I'm so glad we went that way.
And in the song, they dropped the phrase "Need for Speed" a few times. So I
It's
think
a common phrase.
I think this is one that's that crossover with the Need for Speed series.
Yeah, they're both. I think probably the series that for a time got confused with each other most often. Like Ridge Racer, Need for Speed, sure, why not? Throw Forza
EA,
in there.
Namco, same thing.
Yeah, exactly. EA doesn't get a pass from me anymore.
Oh
though, 'cause
man, could you
apparently-
imagine if Namco got to make one of the Maddens?
Dude, I'd be so into it. They'd have like Pac-Man themed stadiums and shit.
Oh.
And the music would be great.
Oh man, yeah.
They should just do a franchise swap at some point.
That'd be so fun if like there was like franchise swaps for like other stuff. Like Capcom gets to make Final Fantasy and like
yeah.
like
I mean,
Square gets to make like Gran Turismo.
it's working out so far for fucking Namco working with Nintendo. They've done a great job with the Smash Brothers games. Like,
That's true.
they're a competent game maker. Let them take a crack at some of this stuff because we could use a mix up on the Madden formulas these days. Like, it's just it's Madden. It's the same thing fucking every year. Like,
And
why not
Ubisoft,
Ubisoft
with Mario and Star Fox kicking ass.
And throw some rabbits in that mix, like
Mm.
you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so and do you know anything about this JogCon controller?
It looks weird.
It's bizarre. Johnny, have you seen this thing?
Yeah, I don't understand what you're supposed to do with it.
It's
I think
apparently
you
it's
twist
for
it.
it's for precision steering. It's got a dial in the middle, kind of like from what I hear, the
ColecoVision?
closest comparison was like an old VCR. You ever have one of those VCRs where you had like the dial that you could twist to go rewind or fast forward, like, and it kind of like resets to like the center. It's meant to replicate a steering wheel, and it's a terrible fucking idea. Like, I don't want to play like Ridge Racer with just a little fucking doorknob. Like, it's it's a noble effort, but like, what? Yeah, I love it. It's it's late era like PlayStation 1 dumb ideas. Just like, yeah, I don't know, man. What are we gonna do with that dial controller? I don't know. Throw it in fucking Ridge Racer.
It's like a steering wheel.
Yeah, genius. That's way better than my phone dialing game I had planned. So put it in with Ridge Racer.
That sounds like a fun game. You have like a situation where like something happens and you have to dial the right phone number, and
Yeah.
I think it's
It's
just
like,
I think that's
we're
just
all
called
hungry. Oh,
I think
call
it's
the
just called
pizza.
having a phone.
No, they originally developed it for the PlayStation version of the Flintstone phone, and then they
I
decided to use it
love
for
talking
Ridge
to
Racer.
you.
Yeah, but damn it, do I like talking to you? But anyway, that's Ridge Racer 4, fucking PlayStation Classic. Am I right? Is it in the PlayStation Classic? Probably not.
I
Yeah.
feel
Does it
like
matter?
one of the Ridge Racer games is on there.
Okay, that's good.
might
They
be
should package that
3.
PS
I don't
Classic
know.
with a JogCon. That would be a nice touch. But yeah, man. So good round, and Johnny, let's keep it going, man.
Game 3.
Okay. So, in 2001, a patent filed by Nintendo for a gaming smartphone had this specific game listed as one of the phone's built-in games. Well, yeah, you guys throw those up at almost the exact same time. Once again, I'm not sure about this whole first answer format. When the games are as obvious as this one. Johnny, tell them what it is.
This is Super Mario Brothers Deluxe for the Game Boy Color.
Fuck yeah, it is, man. We previously used this on a regular edition of Game That Tune, but this is a special show, so games just might come back up. And, I did not realize, how much... like I didn't realize that like a Game Boy, even the Game Boy Color could like even come close to replicating Super Mario Brothers. Like I thought there was like a gap between like the graphic qualities and stuff like that. And maybe I'm just talking out of my ass here because they did pretty okay on this one. Besides the fact that the screen is super small and you can't see shit. Like, did you ever actually try to play this one?
Yeah, like it doesn't fit the whole vertical height of the original Mario Brothers, and the original Mario Brothers is not that tall. It's only 224 pixels tall. Like that's not a
it's
lot.
fucking hilarious. Yeah, like it's so cropped. Like you jump off the screen regularly, and like some of those long jumps are like completely blind now. It's like, oh yeah, this game's actually kind of an extra nightmare now. I love it. But they put a lot of cool shit in this, man. Like they did little extra animations and things. Like I never realized, but like going back to the original Super Mario Brothers, the water never moves.
It does not. No.
In this, it does.
Ooh.
And they added like red coin challenges for the levels. And I think you could switch between Mario and Luigi on the fly. Like, oh yeah, and they added the completely necessary feature, an overworld map for the original Super Mario Brothers. Like,
finally, they got my letters. Damn.
Thank God.
Didn't they also pack in like the Japanese Mario Brothers 2 into this? You know, the Lost Levels. I think they called it like the Super Challenge or something like that.
I feel like they did. It's like, something like Super Players mode or something where you can unlock it after scoring enough points in the regular mode.
Yeah, if you're in 300,000 points in the regular mode, you get to play Super Mario Brothers for Super Players.
Excellent. That's God, that's going to be like a subtitle of a new Game That Tune spinoff here soon. Game That Tune for Super Players.
Game That Tune, but yeah, Game That Tune.
Game That Tune presents Game That Tune Super Players, presented by Game That Tune. But yeah, and I think they just to make it a little less brutal, since you can't see shit, I think they let you backtrack a little bit, which is something that I actually appreciate for a Mario game, because there'd be times when I was a kid and I'd walk by that warp pipe and my brother'd be like, "No, you fucking missed it," and you just couldn't go back. Like being able to go back just a hair, that really opens the game up a little bit. Like, but still, who hadn't played just fuckloads of Super Mario Brothers at this point? But cool game. And it makes me wonder about that Nintendo smartphone that got patented and we never saw anything about it. Like, they had that idea in 2001. They were just going to put out a smartphone with fucking Super Mario Brothers already on it. Man, they were ahead of the game. I don't know why they didn't do that.
Yeah.
It would have been a good idea. They could have killed the N-Gage before it was even born. Alabama style. Wait, no, not Alabama style. Everywhere but Alabama style.
Wow.
Anyway, moving on to game 4.
Game 4.
All right, guys. Let's see who gets it after this trivia. This was the first game released for the PlayStation console that required a DualShock controller. Jessie's so ready. All right, so Jesse was fast on the draw on that one. I think he knew what it was after the first song.
It was Ape Escape.
Fuck yeah, man, it is. Man, there need to be more games centered around apes. You know, funny, running amok apes. I mean, how many
Donkey
ape?
Kong,
Yeah, it's not, shut up.
Super Monkey Ball.
Okay, you might have me there. You know.
Oh, there's that
Yeah,
new one where you're a gorilla that escapes from a like lab and you like have to smash through guards. I think what's it called? I think it's like called Ape Out or something. It looks really cool, actually. It's a new game.
I was gonna say you're not making this up.
I
it's
swear to you, it
brand new
looks
ape
really
game.
Cool. Yeah,
New ape game, name not final.
that sounds like a good ape game too.
Yeah. So, Jesse, did you put much time in on Ape Escape?
You know, unfortunately, this is another one I missed. However, I am familiar with the apes based on Metal Gear Solid 3. So
I love that cameo, and it was almost the trivia, but I was like, I already got one controller-based trivia question for this round. Might as well go for two. And yeah, man, I love Snake versus the Monkeys. Like, it's what a silly fucking inclusion for Metal Gear Solid 3.
yeah, that was a good crossover.
All I want is just Snake saying apes. Yeah, that's it.
Don't you have one
Monkeys.
about him talking about a specific ape?
Yeah, sir. I think I might have a deleted scene from that on the soundboard here.
I don't think I could.
Wait, no.
There's a gorilla wearing a tie here. He's huge. I don't think I could even lift that piece.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh my god!
It's from that
so
deleted
good
scene
every
where
time. So
Snake
good.
gets penis envy over a gorilla. Maybe that's in that new Ape Out. That's what Ape Out's about. You're about a really well hung gorilla.
Whoa.
But yeah, man, Ape Escape's cool. You know, fucking PlayStation exclusive. You know, got everybody on board with the DualShock controller. I mean, you know, maybe Sony should have been a little bit more like Nintendo and just, you know, made a joystick controller to begin with. I don't know, man. But maybe if they hadn't, you know, if Nintendo hadn't come along with the one joystick, would Sony have had to come along with two? Like, you know, Sony's just always trying. You know, they're always playing catch up. It's like, yeah, okay, cool. You want, you know, I got two joysticks, dual sticks. How about that? It's like,
I'm glad they
You
stopped
can't argue with that.
too. I would
Yeah.
hate it if the train continued with like, you know, you got a controller 3 joysticks, 4 joysticks, 5 joysticks. Like a controller just
That's
all
what I'm saying.
joysticks.
eventually the controller is just like a stalk of broccoli made of joysticks, and it's just impossible and
God.
inscrutable to play games with it. Like,
It's a ball with all these little joysticks on. You have to strap your fingers onto the joysticks in order to correctly hold it.
I would
man.
I would have quit video games.
play like this. You know, it sounds like something Sony would do if Nintendo did it first.
Like, you know, your parents are like, "Oh, I can't play these new games. There's too many buttons." You know, we'd be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, we can't play these new games. There's too many joysticks."
It's cool. We fixed it. There's nothing but joysticks now, Dad. What the hell? But anyway, as we're about to segue our way out of 1999, I wanted to give a shout out to some games that I didn't get a chance to actually use for the episode, mostly from the Nintendo 64. The only other game that even was on my radar for 99 for the PlayStation was Star Ocean Second Story, but I've actually already used that in a previous episode of Gems, focused on PlayStation portable stuff. So, you know, that's off the table. N64 had several decent games, none of which I could find decent soundtracks for. Fucking Command and Conquer, which had a non-vocalized version of the original Command and Conquer soundtrack, and I only bring it up as an excuse to get Johnny to play the sound. Space. Thank you. Shout out to Superman 64, famously one of the worst games of all
No,
time.
don't shout out.
I'm shouting it out.
We should
From the
just
makers
forget
of
that
Automobile
fucking garbage.
Lamborghini, Superman 64. Fuck that. But yeah, then two games that are actually would have been worth talking about and listening to: Quake 2 for the Nintendo 64, and Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. But for some reason, there is literally no soundtrack to be found for Star Wars Episode 1 Racer.
Well, now that's pod racing.
It's, it sucks. I actually should have gotten it and had it ready to play because the only thing I could find in terms of music from that game is Watto humming the Cantina song.
That sounds amazing.
It's great. It's just him going.
I want that.
Yeah, so we'll just edit that onto the show later.
Yeah.
So I did find that clip of Watto humming the Cantina song, and what a song it was, and what a sensitive portrayal of Jewish space aliens Watto is. But anyway, so that wraps it up for 1999, man. And as we're headed into 2009, I want to remind everybody the scores. Currently, Jesse has gotten every game correct. He has 4, and Johnny is lagging behind with 2. So, Johnny, let's blast forward into 2009 and see if you can bring this thing home.
You know I won't.
I know you won't.
5.
All right, guys. So this game is kind of my tie-in to Shovelware Corner for this month. This game combines match 3 puzzling with turn-based strategy battles, and no one cares about it because it's shovelware for the DS. All right, so yeah, Jesse gets the point on that one as well. Jesse, tell them what this game is.
Puzzle Kingdoms.
Yes, Puzzle Kingdoms, a game that reeks of needing to be played on a phone and microtransactions, but it's not that because it's on the DS and the Wii. I'm confident that I don't need to ask if either of you played this game. Johnny, did you play Puzzle Kingdoms? Admit it.
You know what? I think I did get this because, as you know, I was huge into the original Nintendo DS. And I think I amassed a huge DS collection at one point. I had something like 5,000 games.
Right.
This was one of them.
Okay. One of the 5,000. You had multiple copies of many games, but only one. There was only one Puzzle Kingdoms, baby.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Yeah. So tell me your favorite thing about this Match 3 puzzler for the DS.
Well,
and
it's got
how it combines Match 3 puzzling with turn-based strategy fights.
Well, it's really ahead of its time because just like Clash of Kingdoms or Clash of Clans or Kingdom of Clashes or what, all those fucking stupid mobile, eat your money games.
Those are different games, like completely different genres of games.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
They've all got microtransactions, baby.
Yeah.
Now, honestly, this game doesn't look terrible. It does look kind of terrible, but I'm talking like in terms of like conception, not the worst. Like you choose a party and you have to fight against another party. There's like an overworld map, and when you go to a battle, it's a puzzle, and it's kind of it's kind of funny to say this. It's kind of like Zoop. You got a board with like different colored tiles on it, and you can choose a direction to push in a tile from up, down, left, or right, and you try to match 3. So you're trying to look at what you're matching, and you're also having to push a certain color onto the board, so it introduces a new color on that side. And the more you match, the more you chain, the stronger your attacks get, and you get to fight the other guys. It's really basic, but it actually looks kind of fun. I could see wasting some time on this one. Like if you like puzzles and RPG battles, like yeah, that's actually that might be up a couple of our alleys. And it's got some fantasy-ish music. It's got really just like kind of bland sound effects. I was listening to some like a video of it, and like when you attack somebody, if they get hit, they just go ah. Like, it's just oh yeah, that really sounds like a guy who just got hit with a sword. Like oh, so it's puzzles with a lot of just bland yelling. I'm just like. Actually, I could kind of see the merits of this. Like, this is all right. But yeah, it's like I said, I only brought it up to bring up all the shovelware for the month because yeah, man, it's a month rich in shovelware. Let me just do a quick rundown of some of that stuff. Just between the DS and the Wii, you got X-Men Origins Wolverine. You've got The Destiny of Zorro, Night at the Museum Battle of the Smithsonian, Pirate Ninja Dodgeball, EA Sports Active, the Rock Band Track Pack Classic Rock, Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D Wheelie Breakers, something called Rolling Stone Drum King, Space Camp the Game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Up the game where I
that sounds
plays
depressing.
As an old man.
You,
and Party Pig's Farmyard Games.
Can you imagine really wanting to go to Space Camp? But the fact is,
Space Camp ruled.
Yeah. Well, Space Camp, I assume, is very fucking expensive. So I could imagine. I would love if somebody's parents got them Space Camp the game instead of sending them to Space Camp because it's way more than their budget.
You're in 5th grade, and instead of going on the field trip to Space Camp, you get Space Camp for Wii.
Just think of all the fun things you can do with the controller to do Space Camp stuff.
Yeah, you can move it around like the ring thing that they put you in. Yeah, I don't really know what you're supposed to do with this game. But yeah, also I think it's great that they had 3 movie tie-in games. Remember 10 years ago when there were movie tie-in games? Yeah, I kind of remember vaguely.
I'm still waiting for that Shape of Water game.
God, yes, that seems more like something you'd find on like Newgrounds or something. It would get sexy in a hurry. But anyway, yeah, Puzzle Kingdoms, match 3 puzzles, turn-based strategy, yelling. It's a fucking great game.
Three
So,
great tastes.
yeah, together at last, baby. Johnny, I know that our soundboard doesn't go past game 5, so I don't know what you're going to do to get us to this next one.
We'll find out.
Game 6.
All right. So in North America, this game was first available only as a digital download via the PlayStation Store as a test case to gauge the success of digital distribution on the PSP. Jesse, you're too quick on the damn draw. All right, so yeah, Jesse took that one pretty quickly because it's obvious if you know a thing about this series as soon as you hear that music. So, Jesse, tell us what we have here.
That's Patapon 2 on the
Yeah.
PlayStation Portable.
Yes, it is. What a series Patapon turned out to be, right? Like, man, it really came to life in Patapon 3 because they were clearly just going through the motions. There was no soul, no fun being had in these games based on that music. Did you play Patapon? Because there's nothing that I can read about this series that really makes it make sense.
I don't remember a whole lot. I remember it was kind of like a mix between like a God game and a rhythm game.
Yeah.
And it has this really charming art style, and the music is just, as you can hear, is great. But like
I
you
love it.
control like a little like tribe of these like I'm not sure what they are, but you go around like you have to fight these big monsters and stuff. But you have to do things like to the beat of the songs and stuff.
Yeah, I believe the things that you control are called Patapons.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I also made that joke about Patapon 3. Turns out there actually is a Patapon 3. Somehow I felt like this just didn't happen. But yeah, good. There is Patapon 3 because there deserves to be. Because I mean, come on, look at this fucking game. Like it's that cool art style where you're just like these little little black and white characters with like colorful backgrounds. It's like, it's super cool. But yeah, like nothing I can read about everything that I can find in like wikis about this. It's like talking about like stories and tribal combat and all kinds of crazy shit going on. I'm like, now hold on. I thought this was just like shapes, hitting each other or something.
Yeah, that music did not sound like tribal combat.
Yeah,
but very happy Japanese tribal combat.
Right, exactly. Why not? I mean, like, you read these sentences. I got the Wikipedia pulled up. During the course of a game, the player learns of a legend that the world was broken and the Patapons ruined because a Wakapon broke the world egg. At the second to last stage, the player finds out the hero was actually the Wakapon who broke the egg. Oh my god, I'm reading a spoiler. Oh no. Oh, you play as the Wakapon? You broke the world egg? I can't believe it.
Shit.
Woo. Ah, man. World egg on my face for reading that spoiler.
It's
but yeah, no, I mean,
Katamari-esque.
yeah, no, see, I like it. I like, I kind of like this era of, just weird gaming. Like they were really trying some shit out, and not all of it stuck. Like but respect for PlayStation for putting these things out, even if it was just on PSP, like this and like Loco Roco and shit. Like they were putting out some charming like weirdo games.
I think there's a period where they kind of opened the valve a little bit on weird Japanese exports and bringing them into the U.S.
No kidding.
Especially on the PSP, because that thing was like weird Japanese RPG heaven.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it, man. And yeah, that fucking music's fantastic. It's like Katamari, but even crazier somehow. Like, and the fact that the game is a rhythm game makes it even more intriguing. Like, can you imagine Katamari if you had to play it at a rhythm to Katamari music? Like,
I would love that. Oh my god,
yeah. Guys, stop coming, please.
I can't.
Yeah.
Would that be good? Would that be perfect for Switch?
It sounds like it might.
What about Patapon 2? Did they remake it and put it on Switch?
Oh, I thought you were talking about coming.
Both.
Yeah, all would be perfect for Switch, but no, I think Sony actually still owns the rights to a lot of this stuff, which, kind of a shame. Like, I guess they were the ones that put it out there to be published, so they get to hang on to it. But yeah, I'd love to see a Patapon resurgence. Like, the Switch has like it can't be that hard. Like a PSP game seems like it'd be pretty fucking easy to export for Switch. Like
they're like press a button.
Exactly.
Right click.
They're not exactly the same thing. You can't put a UMD in a Switch, but it's
.swith instead of
just rename the file to .switch.
That's how it works, right? We're gonna look into this, man. We're getting into programming, man. We're gonna code these things. It's gonna be great. Patapon2.switch coming soon from Game That Tune Game Publishing, presented by Game That Tune. And Johnny, let's keep it going, man. We got a Game 7 on our hands.
Game 7.
All right, guys. So this game features 4 mini games, including skateboarding that uses the motion sensing of the Wii remote, axe throwing, and a virtual recreation of Hudson's 16-shot handheld gaming device. All right, so yeah, Jesse swooped in real quick on that one as well, man. You know, tell him how you swooped in at least that quickly.
With Adventure Island, was it the New Beginning or something?
It's called Adventure Island: The Beginning.
Yeah,
a WiiWare exclusive.
The idea of skateboarding minigame using the motion controls. Oh, that sounds rough.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't say good because it sounds
no.
like it'd be rough.
When you
man.
said that, I was like, no.
Oh no.
Don't do that, please.
Yeah, I was tricked into trying to skateboard in the original Adventure Island. They can't have made it good.
Yeah, that was already bad.
I love Adventure Island though, man.
It's charming.
What a game. It is charming.
And the whole lore between that and Wonder Boy is hilarious. But that's something else.
Yeah, you know, I didn't see Wonder Boy the beginning on this list, so you know, sorry about that. You know, Higgins forever, Wonder Boy never. But yeah, I never played the
hot take.
Yeah,
a Higgins hot take.
Yeah. Oh.
Wow, man, I didn't think that was a hot take, but hey, here we are.
That is.
Yeah, it's funny. I didn't play very many WiiWare exclusives at all. Like, you know, and it sucks that this is a WiiWare exclusive. It's gone. You know, it's over, folks. You can't have this anymore. Like this charming Adventure Island remake. It's just not. It's not available anymore. It was never released on anything but WiiWare.
Yeah, that's the one problem with the console download, exclusive services is once the console goes away, the games tend to go away. It's not like the only download service that I trust is Steam. I feel like that'll never go away, but everything else is like,
yeah,
you never know.
I am saying, like, I don't trust any of it. Like, especially like, even while the console's still active, they like delist things and like make things so you can't play them anymore. Like, it's tough, man. And, seeing how charming this game looks, I'm like, yeah, why, again, it can't be that hard to export this and make this now a Switch eShop exclusive. Like, this game looks charming. It's the original Adventure Island, but, made in graphics from 2009. Like, and at this point, those graphics are almost fucking nostalgic. Like, I'm nostalgic for like the Wii Sports level of graphics. Like, I want to play those again. They look terrible on my TV now, but I love them. And yeah, it's just I don't know, man. They really should bring these back. Because they I don't know. Developers were getting busy with some like retro remakes for the WiiWare service, for all these download services, because it was like the perfect thing. Like, nobody would ever pay more than $10 for them, but like, it takes minimal effort.
Yeah.
And
you don't
like,
have to go to the store.
People download them or they don't.
Yeah.
Done.
You can sit there in your underwear, download a game, and play it. Like,
Yeah,
it's great.
I loved it. And but yeah, I should say this is the portion of the show where we make up for lost time for 1989. We got some good retro remakes right here, man. Starting with this Adventure Island beginning. So Johnny, I know you don't have a sound to keep us going to Game 8, so I can't wait to see what you freestyle to keep us moving, man.
3, 2, 1, 0.
All right, guys. So this one, it's an opportunity for Johnny to catch up a little bit. You can get a bonus point by answering this bonus trivia question. Which character had their name changed from the NES version into on this new Wii version of this game? All right. So, Jesse, he was quick on the points on that one. You guys both know what this is, so why don't you shout it out?
Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Or just Punch Out for Wii. Punch Out Wii.
Okay, yeah, John fail. It's Punch Out for Wii.
God damn it.
Yeah. Mike Tyson was thoroughly canceled. But yeah, and I'm gonna leave it open if one of you guys figures out who has the name change. I mean, come on, guys.
I'm trying to remember.
I like Johnny's guess of the racist one, as though that narrows it down at all. Like,
yeah, half of them were.
Yeah.
Was it King Hippo?
No, King Hippo is still King Hippo. He's fucking classic. But yeah, this game fucking rules. I bought this game. Basically just I felt like I could have rented it, but it came with a free nunchuck, and I'm like, yeah, fuck it, I'll buy it for another nunchuck. Like, that's cool. And this game didn't disappoint me. This game's pretty fucking fun. Just like there's something fun about taking just classic Punch-Out formula, adding a couple little extra bells and whistles, and adding like a new game plus mode where everybody comes back with new ways to defend their weak spots. Did Jesse, did you ever play this?
Not this one, no.
Okay. Yeah, I love the new game plus mode because like once you go through the the regular circuit, Mike Tyson is no longer the final boss. Mr. Sandman has been bumped up to final boss. Um, but you can start a second game and everybody comes back with like a new way of defending themselves. Like Glass Joe has on the like the sparring headwear, so he doesn't get knocked out as easy. Fucking King Hippo, he's literally like duct taped a manhole cover over his stomach so that you can't hit it.
Pretty awesome.
It's pretty funny, man. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, you guys, neither of you guys keyed in on the bonus point question of who gets the name change. Would it help if I told you no one's sure whether or not they changed it to avoid conflict with Capcom or a car manufacturer?
Oh, Honda?
Honda Piston Honda.
Yep. Piston Honda became Piston Hondo for some reason.
Well, it's less pixels to change. Change that A to an O.
Yeah, just shave that little thing off the A. No, but I just think it's funny that they like acquiesce to somebody. Because it's like, when I was a kid, obviously I never took Piston Honda as a car reference. Like, Honda is a perfectly normal Japanese name, I assume. Like,
Yeah.
Based on what I know of video games and Japanese people, you've got E-Honda and you've got Piston Honda. Therefore, Honda is the most common Japanese name.
Yes.
Yeah, it follows. But yeah, they changed it, and it actually they kind of tipped their hand in the game as to maybe who they were worried about. Doc Lewis has some taunts for when you're fighting Piston Honda. Let's see, who might they have thought would be after them with quotes like, "This sucker needs an oil change." Flatten him out with a 1-2 star punch, Mac. It's time to say sayonara. He's overheating, baby. Let's send him to the scrapyard.
Yeah, I think Capcom would be pretty upset about that one.
Yeah, clearly they're talking about, Capcom's car beat 'em up minigame that was most easily beaten with E-Honda. Yeah. I love that. Like, I don't know. Like, I didn't think Honda, the motor company, had had like a fucking copyright or a trademark on Honda, but I guess in combination with the word piston.
So I think they absolutely do.
I'm just saying, like, it's I thought it was a last name. I mean, I guess Ford is still a last name, and you can't call a fucking character like. Would you be worried if you called somebody, like Ricky Ford, and he drove a car? I mean, where is the line?
There's a guy named Ford in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Exactly. My man Ford.
What about Toyota?
Yeah, I mean that seems more obvious because I feel like if you go to like a chart of like Japanese naming trends, nobody's named Toyota. I feel like that actually is just a corporation. It's kind of like Fishbulb, like two things come together to make a name. Like,
oh yeah.
Toyota is actually probably just like two people's names combined to make a company, and whatever. But yeah, Punch Out for Wii. It's really cool. There's a unlockable fight at the end where you can fight Donkey Kong, which we discussed this on the regular Game That Tune show. Like, you can fight Donkey Kong. They almost did it to where you could fight Princess Peach, and then they were like, "Wait a minute, no." Yeah, like at no point in this boxing game should you hit a woman. Like, cool, Nintendo, good thinking.
It's the kind of thing where if they were all women, you'd be fine.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah.
Definitely
Girl
can't be
Punch
the only
Out.
one in
I'd be
Punch-Out.
into it.
Rumble Roses.
I'd be so in favor of a gender swap Punch Out. But yeah, and really fighting Donkey Kong makes more sense as an unlockable fight because a man beating up a gorilla is like kind of fun and cool.
Oh,
but like,
is it?
A little bit.
I cannot
like
tell
to beat
you.
up a gorilla?
I cannot
if
tell
I
you.
could.
Because for one, a gorilla would destroy you.
Jesse,
Yes.
For one.
Jesse, do you have any idea how many zoos I've been kicked out of trying to live my dream? Okay, this That is a
championship
great
gorilla
book.
boxer.
Fight that fucking gorilla.
Go to the
Stare at
zoo.
them, make eye contact while they're in the cage, and they just freak out.
Go to the zoo.
Yeah,
Get
look at that
fucking
fucking gorilla. I
trashed.
can see it. You know, every time he I like make a certain move at him, he moves, and it's an open opportunity for me to hit him and get a star punch. I mean, like, this gorilla's got so many tells. But yeah, no, I'm just saying it's more satisfying to fight a gorilla, which you cannot in real life beat up. Like, realistically, if you fought a gorilla in a boxing match, you'd get killed or have like both your arms ripped off. If after like winning the world title twice, you fought a woman, it's like, no, okay, hold on, like that. That build up doesn't track at all. Like, so yeah, and maybe Floyd Mayweather had something to
Maybe
do with
it's
that.
like a euphemism for something. Like, well, we can't show you fuck a woman, so
Yeah.
make
You better
punch
claim your
one.
prize by defeating one in pugilist combat. I don't know. I still don't feel very good about that. But
This
anyway,
is
man,
worse.
this really just kind of took the wind out of my sails. I don't feel I'm giving up the belt.
God, this game got dark.
But yeah, no, the game's fucking great. And Johnny, keep it going, man.
Resident Evil.
Why is that still on the soundboard? All right, guys. So this game features a new mode, including multiplayer up to 4 players, 100 completely new stages, and a new feature never seen in the original game, slopes. All right, Jesse, you got it again, man. I'm giving Johnny a point, though, too. It's not like he's going to come back. There's no lightning round tonight. So, Jesse, tell him what we got here.
Bubble Bobble Neo Plus.
Yes. Actually, specifically, this is Bubble Bobble Plus for WiiWare. It was called Bubble Bobble Neo when it came out on like Xbox Live Arcade. But yes, Bubble Bobble Plus. A retro remake for WiiWare, much like Adventure Island in the beginning. Yeah, I don't care for Bubble Bobble all that much. It's fine,
wow.
but you know, it's fine.
There's
Yeah,
a hot take.
in terms of games that we're gonna like that I would like maybe buy as a retro remake, I would probably gone for like Bust a Move. But you know, Bubble Bobble's all right. Like, in fact, yeah, I did buy Bust a Move. I gotta plug my Wii and play that fucking Bust a Move Plus, which might be on next month's Game That Tune Gems. But yeah, man, Jesse, you know, tell us how much you love Bubble Bobble. It doesn't have to be specifically this one because I'm confident that you didn't play it.
Oh, okay. So there used to be a Famous Amos. I think it's still there, but this particular Famous Amos had a Bubble Bobble machine in it.
Dope.
And I remember when we go and eat there, I would always play Bubble Bobble on the machine, and I thought it was fun as a kid. You know, it's like you get to be this little dragon thing. You get to turn monsters into fruit. You know, dragon stuff.
You get to bubble, then you bobble.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. The final boss is like a weird drunk guy.
There's bosses?
Huh?
There's bosses? I've never gotten very
There
far
are
in Bubble
bosses.
Bobble.
Yeah.
Yeah. The final boss is Super Drunk, aka Grumple Grommet.
AKA
I prefer
me.
Super Drunk. Yeah, exactly. Ooh, Johnny just got a new nickname. Please call me Grumple Grommet. That's it's going on the list. But yeah, they're fun, man. It's just it's a little bit old school for my tastes. I mean, I see the merits of it, and I like the characters. I think everything about the game is fucking cute and charming. I just, I don't know. It's fine. I like that the WiiWare one added slopes, which gives me a good segue just to make this whole thing about talking about that Mario Maker 2 Nintendo Direct, man.
Holy shit, that looks
How
amazing.
charming does that game look?
Holy fuck. My mouth was wide open the whole time.
Yeah, no, seriously. Johnny, I need you to get a Switch because we need to all just share Mario Maker levels for the rest of our lives. Like the game just looks so good. Not only because of slopes, but slopes are a big part of it.
And you can
you
use
get
a
to
dry
slide
bone
in
shell.
Oh, yeah, you can use the dry bone shell as a little boat to go through lava.
Oh my god.
And you can act like a dead dry bones.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it looks so
Yep.
cool.
No, I'm like all in on it. And, I thought I would never be all in on something like that again. I'm just like, because, man, Super Mario Maker, talk about a time suck. It's like, man, I got kids now, but I'm still going to buy that shit. Like, I'm going to play the shit out of that, man.
I know it's going to be infuriating, but that 4-player racing mode looks fun as hell.
Yeah, that actually does look fucking excellent. Like, they're opening it up to multiplayer. They added the Mario 3D world aesthetic with cat suits and shit.
Yeah, that's cool.
It just looks so
Bonsai
fucking
Bill's
charming.
coming from the background. Oh,
Yeah. And I don't know, for all those Simpsons fans out there, they use the word embiggen in the presentation. It's like, you can embiggen an enemy with a super mushroom. I'm like, hold up. I need to pause that for a minute. Like, I'm not the only one who heard the word embiggen, am I?
It's like blew up on Twitter.
Oh, what a
sure
cromulent
enough.
game.
Exactly. Super Mario Maker 2, it's a perfectly cromulent game. Arguably more cromulent than Bubble Bobble Plus, which was
definitely.
a fine game for WiiWare and in some form Xbox Live Arcade. I mean, there's not much to say about it. Bubble Bobble. Bubble Bobble with slightly different graphics and some slopes. It's $5. And now you can't have it because they don't have Xbox Live Arcade isn't a thing anymore either, is it? Like,
I don't think so.
God damn it! Like, we shouldn't be, we should be revolting against this, man. 10
I-
years ago, some companies put in minimal effort to make charming new games, and I want to keep rewarding them with my $5.
I do think they've had some kind of backwards compatibility with some of the Xbox Live games recently on the Xbox One.
That's good. We need to look up and see if it applies to Bubble Bobble Neo. And if it doesn't, we're going to raise hell because, I bought my Xbox One for 2 reasons. TV and Bubble Bobble Neo from the Xbox Live Arcade. So, make it happen, Xbox, you TV-loving sons of bitches. But yeah, man, Jessie has taken a commanding lead in this game. Let's see if John can make up this 6-point gap with our final game of the night. right, fellas. So in the American localization of this game, the main character is voiced by Faith No More singer Mike Patton. That's a double point. All right, well, you both got it, and Johnny's had less opportunity to talk tonight. So, Johnny, tell him what the game is.
This is that remake of Bionic Commando. I think it had a slightly different name, but it does. Oh no, is it just called Bionic Commando?
It's just called Bionic Commando, and it's not a remake. It's actually a sequel. But, you know, good enough, John. Bionic Commando 2009. I don't know much about this one besides the fact that it's a 3D Bionic Commando, which sounds cool, but I get the feeling it probably, like that swinging probably left something to be desired. Like swinging's cool in 2 dimensions back on the NES, but I get the feeling this game was probably unwieldy as shit.
Was it? It was,
and you get to
3D?
play. Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I cannot imagine playing Bionic Commando in full 3D. That doesn't sound great at all.
I mean, I like swinging in games. Like, the new Spider-Man on PlayStation 4 has, reminded me of that. It's fucking dope. This ain't that. This is, a Bionic Commando, new version for PlayStation 3. Like, I guarantee you they didn't put as much time into making it feel cool swinging around as Nathan Spencer as whoever made Spider-Man did for Spider-Man. And yeah, you're playing as cool, edgy, cool dude Nathan Spencer. He's got dreadlocks and a tank top, and he's voiced by Mike Patton. I mean, what else? What more can I say?
Who's Mike Patton again?
He's a guy from Faith No More.
Oh, that guy.
Um,
That guy.
Yeah, he's actually a pretty cool musician. I was like,
Yeah.
wait a minute. Mike Patton does video game voiceovers? Like,
Very fascinating.
what doesn't Mike Patton do? But yeah, he's cool. Nathan Spencer got to be in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 because of this game. So that's something. Like,
There you
that's
go.
actually really the only thing I know him from in any extensive way. He frustrates me as a character to fight against in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Because you could really do some annoying range shit with that fucking bionic arm. But yeah, I don't know. It seems like it could be cool, but I guarantee you it's not. Like, how could it be? Like, it's I don't know. Like, do you think Capcom thought they were relaunching a series with this one, or was it just they caught some guy working on this while he should have been making like Lost Planet 2. They're like, okay, well, fine, fuck it. Hey, that swing doesn't look too bad. Make a game out of it.
Have you ever heard of Castlevania 64? Let's just do that.
I'm in. So, Jesse, did you play this then? Is it that bad?
No. I have no. I just assumed swinging 3D, and I assumed Castlevania 64 with that whip.
You're gonna go to the immediate worst place possible. Like, you fire the arm and you have to control it with the joystick, and you lose track of it really easily. Yeah, no, that's probably what happens. But the only thing I do like about the whole world of Bionic Commando and Nathan Spencer and Super Joe is that they work for the Tactical Arms and Security Committee, TASC, and I'm like, okay, so in any other game that would just be like some weapons type thing, but this game is literally a game about guys with bionic arms. So, is that a committee that just gives guys bionic arms? Like,
yes,
I think it has to be. Which also begs the question of why Nintendo can't get this as a crossover for ARMS. Like, it seems like it just writes itself. Super edgy dreadlock Mike Patton guy Nathan Spencer shows up and starts boxing with Nintendo's colorful characters. It needs to happen. But yeah. And really the question is, do you get to kill Hitler again? Like, is Hitler back to life? Do you get to blow his fucking head off? I don't know. Because who would know? Because who played this? But I had to include it because, I mean, fucking delicious Bionic Commando remixes. And
the screenshots make it look like it could be fairly just serviceable,
Right.
Like, it might be a fun game.
It doesn't look terrible, but the screenshots, I bet, don't convey how probably not particularly fun it is to do this 3D swinging. Like, maybe they nailed it. I don't know. I hope they did. It'd be cool if they did. But given that this didn't go on to be anything else, that Nathan Spencer is a 2009 relic, I'm betting this didn't really achieve what they set out to achieve. That's just I'm just spitballing here. But yeah, it's an interesting game. It's got a great soundtrack. It's got Mike Patton in it for some reason. And let's just have it, man. If not Bionic Commando for ARMS, Bionic Commando for Smash. I demand it practically. Just stage filling attacks and swinging. It seems like it'd be just perfect fit.
Start a petition.
Yeah, dude. Petitions, they do everything.
Yeah.
It's great. Like, if you're upset about something, starting a petition is such a good idea. Oh, I love it, man. Like, me and my 1990, my 20,000 friends are totally going to get them to change Game of Thrones Season 8. Like, it's going to happen, man. I got a good feeling about this.
Have you ever started a petition and found yourself to be the only signer on it? Because I have.
Oh, no. I want to know what that petition was.
When Quantum... When
Quantum
Leap was released on DVD, they replaced all the original score with Muzak versions of the songs.
Dumb.
And so I started a blog saying "Save Quantum Leap," and started a petition, and nobody signed it.
Damn, I would have if I would have known about that. Then I would have signed it.
Yeah, why didn't you tell me, man? I would have signed it just to support you. But what a cause!
I think even I knew like this isn't gonna happen. I even wrote a letter to Universal and got a letter back on like Universal letterhead.
What did it say?
Nice.
It said
Music
no.
rights or something.
Yeah,
It's like we're not.
this
doing
is
that.
Scott Bakula. Please do not contact me again. Yeah.
Elvis
I will be
songs
forced
are
to take legal
expensive.
action. Oh Jesus. Yeah, man. Nice job on that, John. Really, getting out there for a good cause. I mean, at least it wasn't, at least he didn't petition the government to have Game of Thrones remade or Last Jedi have all the women edited out of it or whatever the fuck people use petitions for these days. Like, I really, the last thing I'll say on petitions, I really just hate seeing like Twitter. It's like online petition gains 20,000 signatures. It's like, and how many millions of people went and saw The Last Jedi and had no issue with it? Like,
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if there's 20,000 scumbags online. Like, that's, I can create 20,000 fake email addresses and sign my own petition. So,
Really?
anyway.
Like, would you make them up like with like yourself, or would you use some kind of program? Because like 20,000 names to like come up with, like that'd be hard for a while.
It's pretty easy, man. John Harrington, Bon Harrington, Con Harrington, Don Harrington, Fong Harrington. It writes itself, and then once you go through the
That's
alphabet
like
a couple of times,
7.
yeah, I didn't feel like doing the whole alphabet, but I'm just saying.
Well,
you
that would be
update
26
one letter
out
at a
of
time.
20,000.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's enough letters you can update my name in various ways.
See, first
Yeah,
you change the first letter. You do that. Then you change the O in John to an A and change the first letter again, right? Then you change that to an E and change the first letter again. You can really, you'll get there. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
You think you get 20,000?
Yes.
Yeah. And then for
Okay.
the email addresses, that's so easy because if you have a Gmail, you can just put a plus after like the first part of your email address, and it still goes to that same email address. So if
This is exactly what I did to get us nominated for World's Greatest Podcast the first year that we started the podcast.
I guess we
Yeah.
could just use
They had a Facebook poll running. I created 40 fake Facebook accounts and got us on the ballot.
oh my god,
That's amazing.
Yep. I had free time and I made some British media company read our name as part of a nominations of like world's best podcast. It was pretty great, man. Anyway,
We need to
Bionic
do that
Commando,
again.
Bionic Commando 09, not the world's greatest podcast. Possibly a serviceable game. I don't know. We're gonna have to revisit. I'm sure it's available outside of the PlayStation Store. It hasn't been deleted and like wiped from history. But anyway, Johnny, I don't even think we need the calculated computer since Jessie got every single game right. I think we just need to declare tonight's winner.
fuck you, John.
Calculating computer activated.
I'm just trying to say that Yoshi's Cookie is pretty good and you match cookies. Can I say that? Can I? No? Like, fuck, man.
Scoring complete. This game's winner is Jessie Moore.
Wow, Jessie. Setting the bar high for all future installments of the Game That Tune Gems Showdown by getting every single game correct. What a win. What a night. Give us your victory speech, man. Hold up those belts.
Well, it was very spectacular. I'd like to thank my opponent, the tomato can. That was Johnny. Good, you sure added color to the match. I was really impressed with that one penis you drew.
Yeah. 10 games, only one penis.
Yeah. But Gems, this is a really cool idea. Good episode.
All right, cool. Yeah, thanks. That's all I was looking for. Validate me, Jessie. Yeah. We'll have to possibly look into making this maybe not a monthly feature, but a more frequent feature going forward. I I like playing a little bit more music and just kind of keeping things moving. Somehow we came in well under our normal show length. So thank you everybody for listening. What a night it's been. Thanks for everybody watching along live with us. We're live on Wednesday nights, YouTube, Facebook, twitch.tv/GameThatTune. Join us in our Discord server and chat along with us. On these gym nights, you're welcome to join and guess along with us because Johnny could have used the help.
Yeah.
Thank you to everybody listening in podcast forms. Our podcast comes out Wednesday mornings in iTunes or anywhere you get your podcasts, and we appreciate you listening there. Thanks to everybody checking out patreon.com/GameThatTune. If you checked out patreon.com/GameThatTune, you already know what GTT Gems is. It's our monthly look back at video game music from 30, 20, and 10 years ago. I've been producing it solo lately, but I would love to start getting it more, on the reg and involving more guys. But yeah, it's just a fun opportunity to listen to more video game music, which is pretty much the entire mission statement of the Patreon, of the Game That Tune Patreon. So yeah, check us out there. We got other fun stuff. We're working on those movie commentaries. We got to get those going again. We got live games streaming from time to time. We got Jessie's Covered Up series. We got good stuff. So patreon.com/GameThatTune. Special thanks to our super fan tier producers, Alex Messenger, Lance Revere, Damian Beckles, Bradford Stevens, all fantastic guys. And we appreciate your support. And yeah, man, I think, you just got to bring us home, Jessie. So we, I don't know if we planned like an outro for this show. Did you bring some bonus tunes of some kind for this?
Well, I had no idea it was a competition until like an hour before the show, and there was a tweet that said, I was like, "Whoa!" I mean, this is an awesome idea, but
right.
So no bonus music.
Yeah. So I guess for bonus tunes, we really since normally we close out Game That Tune Gyms with some tunes from
that Watto song.
Yes, with tunes from a modern game. I would say we should play a 2019 game, but the only game that's really on the May 2019 radar is Team Sonic Racing, and that's not out yet. So yeah, we're going home with Watto humming the Cantina theme, and we greatly appreciate all you guys listening. And we'll see you next week for the regular Game That Tune show. Peace out, everybody.
So is that? Are they alluding to the fact that the Figure and Dan and the Modal Nodes have been a band for like a really long time?
Possibly. We'll discuss that more after these copyrights. Operation Wolf is copyright 1989 Taito Corporation. Ridge Racer R4 is copyright 1999 Namco. Super Mario Brothers Deluxe is copyright 1999 Nintendo of America Incorporated. Ape Escape is copyright 1999 Sony Computer Entertainment. Puzzle Kingdoms is copyright 2009 Infinite Interactive. Patapon 2 is copyright 2009 Sony Computer Entertainment. Adventure Island The Beginning is copyright 2009 Hudson Soft. Punch-Out is copyright 2009 Nintendo of America Incorporated. Bubble Bobble Plus is copyright 2009 Taito Corporation. Bionic Commando is copyright 2009 Capcom Company Limited.